Okay, so this is a little bit of a different video, but I feel like it's a hot topic right now, and I feel like I have a lot to express right now to the camera, so I'm making a video about it. I just got done watching the Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney, and Teofimo Lopez fight card that happened today, and it sucked. The card sucked. The three big fights that they had on that card sucked. I was highly disappointed. I feel like every fan that was there was disappointed at how slow the fights were, and I just feel like it wasn't. It was definitely the expectations for that fight was high, and it disappointed me, and I feel like everyone else. So I feel like these fights. I just feel like the fights were too slow. I feel like they weren't really entertaining fights. Like there was 2 out of the 3 fights, I was like falling asleep. And it wasn't because I was just tired in general. Like, I had a lot of energy. It was the fact that it was just so boring. And fights last long. Like, these are 3-minute, 12-round fights. That is a long time, right? So, waiting that long period of time during a boring fight, it makes you sleepy, makes you tired, it makes you want to rest. And I fell asleep. Well, I was on the edge of falling asleep for like 2 of the 3 fights that were happening. Of course, there were more fights that happened, but the main ones that I was focused on was the 3 big fights. Lopez's fight, Haney's fight, and Garcia's fight. I guess I can start with Teofimo Lopez. Even though his fight was boring too, his fight was the most entertaining out of the 3. That's just crazy to me at the fact that Lopez's fight was way more entertaining than Ryan's fight. And the only reason why I say that is because Lopez was a little bit more entertaining and he was pressuring in the fight more. But other than that, that fight was boring too. All 3 of those fights were boring, man. I'm gonna be honest with you, dude. Devin Haney's fight was boring. He was barely throwing any punches. And his opponent, nothing makes me more mad than a fighter that just doesn't throw punches, right? Like, you're sitting in a fight, right? You're training for a fight. Right? You're training months and months and months and months just for you to get in the ring during your actual fight and barely throw any punches. Like, are you serious, dude? The fight that Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia had, this was the first fight for them ever since last year when they fought each other, right? And so in my head, I'm thinking, okay, right? I knew Haney was going to try something different because obviously coming back from a loss like that, you're going to want to change something because why would you want to fight the same like how you did when you lost in your fight, right? Even though that fight was considered a no contest, the fight still happened. So we still saw Devin Haney get put to the canvas 3 times, right? So I would think that, I knew that Devin Haney was going to try something different, but I didn't know that he was going to run the whole time. Like, he ran the entire time. He was just running and running and running and running and running. And yes, he was countering, he was throwing some shots here and there, but that was every now and then. Right? He was just running the entire time, and his opponent wasn't doing anything to take advantage of that. He was just sitting there the whole entire time, just like this. I think the guy that he fought, I think his last name was Romero. Bro, Romero, you didn't do a good job, dude. You didn't take advantage of Devin Haney, of him not throwing any punches, just him. It was literally both of them doing this the entire fight. That fight was so boring. Oh, that fight was so boring. I was finna fall asleep on that fight. And then we got Ryan and Rolly. By the way, Rolly Romero, congratulations, right? I take my hat off to you because for you to take a knockout loss from Tank, right? Fight that one older dude and have a controversy win against him, right? Fight Cruz, then lose your title, just for you to fight and then fight Ryan Garcia and beat him? Hats off to you. Congratulations to your win. You 100% deserve that win because Ryan, I guess, didn't feel like winning tonight. My expectations for the Ryan and Rolly fight, my expectations was I thought Rolly was going to get knocked out. And I'm not a Rolly hater. I don't hate Rolly Romero. The reason why I said that he was going to get knocked out is because of how he's been performing his last few fights. He has a weak chin. His chin's not that good. All right, I think we can all agree that. If you catch Rolly with a good shot on the chin, 9 times out of 10, Bambi legs. Shout out to Showbiz, the adult. You can't really blame me for thinking that Rolly was going to get knocked out because out of all his performances, I thought Ryan was going to left hook, bow, left hook, bow, left hook, bow, knockout, ref's going to stop the fight, fight's over. That didn't happen. That did not happen at all. That was a huge upset. I did not expect Ryan to fight like that. You want to know what I expected? You wanna know, you really wanna know what I expected? I expected this.
Seems kind of awkward, but in this fight he's not looking.
There's a big left hand, and down goes Romero.
I also expected that.
Cruz looking to drop Romero here in the first round. Romero's on the...
So then when you see performances like that, it makes you think, oh yeah, Ryan's definitely gonna knock him out, because I looked at Ryan's fight, you know what I'm saying, I looked at Rolly's fight, Rolly keeps his hand down, you know what I'm saying, it was just it made sense in my head. It made sense in my head. And then for me to watch the fight and see how it went about, it makes me kind of just sit there and be like, wow, I didn't expect that. And I understand boxing is a sport where boxing is very unexpected and you don't know what's gonna happen, but when you look at the facts, and you look how everything plans out and works, it just makes you try to make it make sense in your head, but then when it plays out in front of you and you're watching it, you're like, what am I looking at? This is not the type of fighter that I expected. Ryan barely threw any punches. He was throwing punches. He had some good jabs. He threw the left hook every now and then, but the left hook wasn't working because Rolly kept deflecting it just like that. I don't know if it's the long history between the two of them, because I've seen their famous sparring footage. I've seen that many times. But I know that they've grew up like sparring and working with each other and everything. I don't know if that had a part to play with the fight, but I don't know. It's just, I'm surprised at how Ryan fought. You know what I'm saying? I thought I was gonna see Ryan from last year. But obviously the 1 year layoff from him getting banned from boxing from the substance use that he was doing against Devin Haney, I guess whatever he was doing during that 1 year where he was not boxing, I guess that did something to him mentally and physically. I don't know, but I thought Ryan was gonna knock him out. I thought he was gonna knock him out early, because as we all know, Rolly's chin ain't really the best. And another thing too, I feel like what changed some of these fights was where they fought at. They fought in Times Square. They fought in the middle of Times Square, where you walk around and see the big screens in New York. They fought there. They did not fight in no arena. They did not fight in no stadium. They fought in Times Square. So I don't know if that did something to the fighters, where it was just a different atmosphere. But in my head, I didn't think much of it, because a boxing match is a boxing match. You could fight here. A boxing match is a boxing match. It shouldn't matter where it's at. It shouldn't matter what time of day, whether it is outside. It shouldn't really matter. But it has me thinking, is that what made the fights boring? Was the atmosphere where they were fighting at? Would have it been different if they fought in an arena full of thousands of people? Because they only had a couple hundred people there, because obviously they're in Times Square, they're not in no arena. I don't know, the card sucked. I'm highly disappointed. I was so excited for this card when it first got announced, and the trailer and everything, like the build up was so hype. I was so excited for it, and I was left disappointed. I mean, you guys can tell me your guys' thoughts on the whole card. Comment down below what you thought about it and everything. I felt like the card sucked. I felt like the fights weren't good. They were boring. And I'm highly disappointed, and I want my money back. But, yeah. Praise God. Hope you guys enjoyed the rant that I just had. Tell me what you guys think about the fights. I really want to conversate with you guys down there in the comments. Also, we hit a certain milestone. You know what I'm saying? Got some videos on the way. You know what I'm saying? Just stay tuned. Stay tuned. Praise God. You looking at that like button, looking at you. You know what to do. Thank you for watching, and see you when I see you. Man, those cards sucked. Goodness gracious.